Hey everyone, welcome back to World of Warcraft Classic Fresh and our Orc Hunter. I appreciate you joining me today, and I hope you are all doing well. Today we are headed back to Hillsbrad, and our focus for today will include turtles, murlocs, and yetis, so we've got quite the variety to look forward to. We're looking to complete the quest associated with each creature type, and the results we are looking for are the recipe for Soothing Turtle Bisque, the removal of a quest item from our inventory that's been sitting there for quite a while now, and we'll look to confirm whether or not the Yetis at Darrow Hill are a good source of heavy leather. So that is the plan for today. We're starting at the northern end of the river next to Terran Mill, which we will be landing at shortly. And we'll head south from there, carving through any turtles we can find. Hopefully those turtles will be a good source of heavy leather as well. Hopefully we're going to get some good experience out of that. I have a feeling we're going to have to buy some heavy leather here and there, though, in order to level up our skill a little bit more efficiently, a little bit quicker. Because without any significant farming episodes, we're going to fall behind, I think, pretty quickly. I believe all of the quests here that remain are going to be for the Altiric Mountains in the north, so we're going to go ahead and ignore those for now. We're going to eat our last big bear steak. I didn't bring anything else with us. Forgot to pick some extra buff food up from the bank, but I think we're going to be just fine. See what the competition looks like for today. It's worth noting that there are extra turtles along Lordomir Lake here in Altiric. So we might, if we don't actually collect enough turtle meat, as we head south down this river, this is where we're going to be heading next in order to pick up the rest. I already see a couple turtles up already, which is great. And I think we'll start right here, and then we'll head south. Let's get started. Got some meat on the first kill. It's always good to see. I wonder how much, or what the drop rate looks like for this meat. I am curious to know, because they tend to be worth quite a lot. This turtle meat. It says only 3 silver at the moment, which sounds very, very cheap from what I remember. Oh my gosh, I actually got 2 from that. That's actually pretty great. And the value of this recipe really comes in the fact that it's the second best one that you can kind of get with baseline cooking without getting any of the special recipes. This is the final recipe that you typically pick up before you grab the one for the spiders. I forget what it's called, but at 200, this will take us to 200 cooking, and we'll be able to craft some buff food that'll give us plus 12 to, our stamina and our spirit. Yeah, so far this meat is very, very common. So I'm very, very happy about this, and we're still going to kill all of them, even if we end up collecting 10 before we reach the southernmost end of the river. because this is the food that we're going to want to stock up on, and if we can stock up on enough of it, then we'll drop all of the other buff food from our bank and just totally replace it. I mean, it's also worth noting that we're picking up some thick-shelled clams as well. And this is going to give us tangy clam meat, so that might be useful. We might be able to use that as well. We'll have to check our cookbook and see if we can do something with those. Looks like we're finally starting to run out of turtles. Could be somebody killing them from the south. There is something refreshing about facing some enemies that are yellow to us, that are actually within 2 levels. Getting very large chunks of experience for that, and they're still dying pretty quickly, which is a little bit surprising, I guess, for turtles. I thought they would be a little bit tankier, a little bit more difficult to kill. We passed by the bridge and the tower where the syndicate like to hang out. Gonna drop down the hill here. Hopefully we'll find a few more before we reach the coast. Then we got the murlocs to deal with, and it's been a while. We've been holding on to this mud snout mixture for quite a long time, and I just didn't realize it. So it'll be nice to complete the elixir of agony and get this out of our inventory for good. Let's head over to the other side of the river. Let's not drift too close to South Shore. I feel like we're standing a little bit too close. I wouldn't be surprised if the aggro range for some of these guards was is pretty massive, probably. I'm alright with dealing with a couple of spiders here and there to avoid those guys. Alright, I think that is the end of the line. I don't think we're going to see any more turtles from here. We picked up 8 out of 10. That's pretty good. I think that's actually more than what I was expecting from our trip down the river. So we'll head up over by Lordamere Lake, probably towards the end of the episode. I think I want to head over to the Yetis first. Now, worth noting, we just picked up a fresh carcass from this mountain lion. We actually need this for another quest to take on Frost Maw. who is, I guess, I'm assuming level 37, I suppose. Up in the mountains, that quest gives us a very good piece of gear, if I'm not mistaken. So we might want to try to actually take that on sooner rather than later. Yeah, it's our first headpiece with agility on it. So unfortunately, there's 2 quest items in our inventory for this. I don't know if we technically have to hold on to this Kodo skin scroll, but I don't want to risk anything. So oh, and you know what? It's not okay. Okay, no, we do need Murlocs, but we need these Naga as well for the Elixir of Agony. So we've got Naga and Murlocs today. It's been a while since we've killed some Naga. Probably not since the Zorm Strand. Dealing with a couple of casters here. We got to remember that we do have intimidation at our disposal. It's nice having them interrupt. It looks like the Naga only go over to the east, so we're going to have to push that way first, it looks like, to pick up these scales first. Then we'll grab the eyes from the Murlocs to the west. We are in a little bit of trouble here. Let's make sure Ripper gets healed up. Pop our cooldown, and then we'll take a rest after this pull. Killed a bunch of Nagas so far. Looks like this is going to be one of those quests where could get pretty unlucky with these drops. We only need 5 scales, but haven't gotten a single one so far. And there's our first one. Looks like we're in a little bit of trouble once again. We're gonna have to pull some of this stuff off of our pet. Let's try to kite a little bit. Don't have too much mana left. Gonna have to use the last of our mana to try to heal Ripper. Nope, not in time. We're gonna have to regenerate our mana a little bit. And we're gonna feign death. Oh, I'm surprised that we lived. You know what? There's one that we couldn't kill or didn't finish off in the end. Yeah, I'm very surprised that we survived through that. And unfortunately our buff is going to fall off, so we're going to have to live without it. Can't forget about our potion. Our potions have been basically useless this whole run. Up until now, the moment, you know, of course, that we need it, we're of course going to forget about it. Although we're gonna have to get some different potions because these potions are not cutting it anymore. Surprised we haven't found one of the better versions of this. You know, yet as we've gone through Thousand Needles and Hillsbred, I would expect to see the next rank of healing potion drop from random enemies or even chests, even some quests, perhaps. We're looking for 2 more scales. Now all of a sudden, the goals for today are looking a little bit more ambitious than I was originally hoping for. Yeah, we were collecting a lot of medium leather from the turtles too, so that doesn't really bid too well for us as far as the Yetis are concerned. I kind of rather doubt that the Yetis are going to drop anything significantly different. Luckily, we do have at least one recipe, I believe, that still uses medium leather that is orange to us. So we still have, you know, I think the recipe requires 14 medium leather for a single point, but at least that's more efficient than converting the medium leather into heavy leather. We're not ready for that just yet. And it looks like we finally got our scales. So let us head west along the coast and we'll deal with the Murlocs next. Oh, that's right. We are walking right into South Shore. We should probably be a little bit more mindful of that. I think we'll be okay with where we're at right now, though. This is a pretty common... This is like one of the first quests that Alliance characters take on typically in Hillsbrad. They don't get to start until the 30s. So we're going to be definitely sharing these Murlocs with others, but they do stretch along the entire coast, so I'm sure we'll see plenty. Unlike these Alliance tunes, we're not looking to stay close to South Shore, so perfectly fine if we push out a bit further. Let's get out of this area. Murlocs tend to hyperspawn quite a lot. Looks like we're in for some rain in the foothills. I feel like it's been a while since we've had an episode in the rain. Honestly can't remember the last time that happened. Especially for like the bulk of an episode. I feel like we've run into rain here and there for short periods of time, especially if we were just like passing by through an area or something like that, but might be looking at some rain for quite a bit. Just one more eye to acquire. And there it is. Let's give this scroll of protection to the pet. And let's open up all these clams too. And to kind of take inventory of what we got. Picked up a green I didn't even notice. Durable belt of the owl, 5 intellect, 5 spirit for a cloth piece. It's pretty great. I'm sure somebody's going to want that. It looks like this is all tangy clam meat. Which, like I said, hopefully we can utilize that for something. All right, with that out of the way, we're going to head north over to Darrow Hill. And it's time to pick up that rod from the Yetis. Which I believe is not picked up off the ground or anything. I believe that is just a random drop from one of the Yetis. But we've been looking to farm those guys anyway, so as always, hopefully not too crowded in that area. I feel like it's a pretty common spot to see players grinding. And couldn't blame them. Yetis are, I feel like, a very coveted farming mob because they drop silver and they can also be skinned, so you can make quite a bit of raw gold, I feel like, from farming Yetis. And, you know, they're probably good experience. They're quite densely packed, and I would not be surprised if they would be a contender for a hyper spawn location. I'm sure they pop up all the time. We are very quickly approaching the cave now. See lots of dead bears, but we'll see what we're looking at once we approach the entrance. I'm seeing a lot of dead Yetis outside as well. Somebody else just popped into the cave. Yeah, I'm sure we're in for some competition. Oh, I didn't even notice this mage hanging out here. All right. Let's see what we got going on in the cave today. Got some respawns coming in. Yeah, so 1.5 silver-ish. per loot. And we're going to get the leather as well. So far just medium leather, so that is not a good sign. Yeah, this cave is it's packed right now. I don't even know if it's worth checking in this direction. Yeah, I don't think we're going to find anything, so... It might even benefit us to wait up top, but it looks like the cave is not going to be a great grinding spot. It's always been an area that I've loved to farm, but that's, you know, typically in a classic era environment. Yeah, look, we got people waiting over here. Got people waiting in both kind of sections of the cave. The only spot that's not fully covered is the ramp here, so... Yeah, it definitely looks like we're here for the rod, and then we're going to get out as quickly as we can. Probably better luck farming on the turtles at this point, which is very surprising to me. Should probably just keep Aspect of the Cheetah on. Let's just move around a little bit quicker, see if we can tag some stuff. We're certainly one of the better classes at doing that, at least. Yeah, I mean, and this rod is gonna be pretty rare. I guess we can probably group with some people if we need to, because the rod should drop for both of us, I would think, off the same Yeti. I'm not positive about that. Try poking our head outside real quick. And we got it. Wow. Helcular's Rod. Was not expecting to get it that quickly. That is a very, very pleasant surprise. And here I thought we would be spending a lot more time doing that one. But since we know for sure that we're not going to be able to farm these guys and it's not going to be super worth it anyway, we've got plenty of time. So we definitely want to pick up the turtle meat for sure. Why don't we go ahead and go on that hunt for Frostmaw? Level 37. It is not labeled as an elite quest, so it should be very doable for us. Let's head into the Altered Mountains for the first time. We'll take the path right through here. We'll ignore the Alliance stuff, hopefully. And yeah, we've already got the carcass, so we're already set up and ready to go. Now, of course, we do have to turn the actual quest in at in Thunder Bluff, so. But I think we can take care of that. Now these Yetis, the mountain Yetis, these might actually be a little bit better for the heavy leather. So maybe this will end up being the farm that we're actually looking for. And Frostmaul's actually a lot easier to get to. I didn't realize that you could actually go right through these mountains here on the map. It doesn't make it super clear. I thought that we would have had to go all the way around and go through the ogre fortress full of elites. But yeah, it's been a long time since I've actually taken on Frostmaul, so we're here. Looks like there's a player here. A couple giant Yetis. Frostmaul in the back, maybe? Or maybe it just hasn't spawned yet. Got a Warlock here, he might be waiting. Wow, and you can actually pick up the rod from these Yetis as well, so I'm gonna have to note that for the future, because like, this is probably way easier. I mean, look, there's Yetis all over the place. I mean, you know, you could easily get the rod up here. You could also easily farm our leather up here. If these guys end up being a little bit better, since they are a level or two higher. We've got two at once here. I want to sit and drink, but at the same time, I feel like we're not going to have a whole lot of time. So I think what we have to do is present the fresh carcass, yeah, on the flame over there. We'll worry about skinning in a minute. Let's make sure we handle this first. Here we go. So this greater healing potion is exactly what I'm talking about. What I was talking about in earlier in the episode. I think we're just going to get rid of these regular healing potions. They're just not... They're just not cutting it. Should be attracting Frostmaul now. I don't know from where. There he is. Hopefully our pet can grab some aggro here. And hopefully we can kill him before the other guys respawn. There it is, Frostmaul's mane. Perfect. Love episodes like this where we get so much more done. So much more done than we were anticipating from the beginning. I am gonna head north from here, and we're gonna ride along Lordomere Lake. Gonna pass by Dalaran. And we're going to farm some turtles. Honestly, probably for the rest of the episode. I think, we could work on turning in Frostmaul's quest too, so we can get back to Terran Mill, turn in what we need, hook up some of that soothing turtle bisque, and get our new hat. Let's call it. It is a headdress, I suppose. Which is something that I'm totally fine with actually showing on our head, unlike what we're currently wearing. It looks like our pet just went up a loyalty level. We should be able to get greater stamina now. from beast training. So Ripper is, at this point, basically completely caught up to where Screech was before with the training. So let's grab this. It's lots of health. And we'll, slowly start to build these resistances. What is the most common? Probably nature. So we'll just take nature first. We're going to jump back down into the hills. We're right next to Dalaran now. Let's avoid all the lions and whatnot. I don't think we need to kill anything else for today. Picked up a decent amount of skins. But, unfortunately at this point, that equates to about a couple of leatherworking points, maybe. Yeah, we're only at 167, so... cooking is going to get a nice boost today. So cooking should catch up to skinning and first aid, but fishing and leatherworking definitely needs some help. And that's probably what we're going to be doing in the next episode is another fishing catch-up. And we're going to do the same thing that we did in the last one. We're going to go to a couple different areas. We'll probably actually start here in Hillsbrad until 150. We'll go into the Altiric Mountains, and then probably the Arathi Highlands from there as well. Right outside of Strom, probably a pretty decent spot. And if we have the time, while we're in Arathi, we can pick up potentially a new pet. The young Mesa Buzzard is what we need to pick up our final ability for our pet, which is Dive. Basically sprint for all the carrion bird/bat types. So that'll be a lot of fun. He'll move even quicker than he already is. We've been a little less lucky so far with these ones. Picked up one turtle meat so far. So yeah, we'll probably just pick up the last one. And we'll just work on turning in the quests. I'd like to turn in the Frostmaw quest and just get that new piece out of the way. Whoa. Okay, last turtle meat and a BOE blue. Oh my god, it's awful though. Oh man, that is the worst. That has to be the worst BOE blue I've ever seen. Moccasins of the white hair. Cloth, 3 agility, 8 spirit. You hate to see it. They look great. I actually really like the look of these. These are really cool, but oh boy. I don't know who's going to buy that. Even for the crazy price of 67 silver. Man, yeah, out of all the BOE blues you can get, that is quite terrible. Still cool to see another one, though. It's always cool to see a BOE blue. All right, with that, we're full in our inventory. We've got a lot of stuff to vendor. Got some stuff to cook, to turn in, and to post on the auction house. And the leather we're gonna have to work through at some point. Maybe, you know, towards the end of that fishing episode, we can probably take care of all that. It's really not going to take that long. But yeah, what a fun day in Hillsbrad. Looks like the rain has subsided, so it didn't actually last the whole time. Yeah, great episode for our return to the Eastern Kingdoms. I'm looking forward to spending a lot more time here as we get into the higher levels. Got Stranglethorn soon, which should be fun. And it should be fun because we are not on a PvP server. And honestly, I'm looking forward to Desolace a little bit, actually. I know that's, you know, not Eastern Kingdoms, but you know, I feel like I've never taken the time to actually do Desolace, especially, you know, go out of my way to grab the quests from the, you know, the major cities and all the other random places where, you know, the quest lines originally start from for that zone. So I think it'll be interesting. And I think we'll definitely take on Maradon at some point too. That is a dungeon that I actually do enjoy. As opposed to the comments I've made about Normagon in recent episodes. Back in Terran Mill. Let's go ahead and speak with our weaponsmith here. Get this stuff sorted out a little bit. Should be everything. We're gonna need to pick up spices for our turtle bisque.
Be quick about your business. Speak quickly. Remember, patience.
Alright, there's the recipe, and we get 3. Not as much as I would have hoped for, but that's okay. So we are going to have to either farm up or buy some turtle meat. So we can go ahead and utilize that. Let's go ahead and learn the recipe. 8 stam and 8 spirit. That's going to feel real nice. Let's turn in the rod we picked up from the Yetis now.
What?
Charge the rod in a bunch of different places. Yeah, we'll save this. I think this takes us into Altiric, if I had to guess. Yeah. All this stuff is going to take us into Altiric at some point. Some of this does take us into the Arathi Highlands, so we'll be picking up those up soon, because we're going to be level 34 very, very soon. It is not going to be long, so we have that to look forward to. We've got to turn in Frost Maw. Elixir of Agony, what do I need for this? Strong Troll's Blood Potion. Okay, so I'm going to need to grab something off the auction house for that, which we can do in Thunder Bluff. So we're going to hearth back to the crossroads. We're going to fly to Thunder Bluff. We're going to grab our new headdress. Then in between episodes, I'll pick up the Strong Troll's Blood Potion. I'll post our auctions and whatnot. And then we'll go from there. I don't think we'll have time to work through the leather. Not that we really need to anyway. We don't have like that many stacks, so I'm not too worried about it. And then yeah, I think next episode we'll have our fishing episode. Hopefully we can catch up. Get that more in line with all of our other skills, and then we'll make sure we do the same for leatherworking at some point reasonably soon as well. And then as far as questing is concerned, what our next zone will be, we've got choices. We've got too many choices. We've got, Desolus. We've got Shimmering Flats and Thousand Needles. We've got Stranglethorn. We've got Arathi. We've got Altiric. It's a lot. So we're gonna have to pick and choose. I think I'd like to stay in the Eastern Kingdoms for a little bit longer. So maybe we'll take on some stuff in Arathi Highlands next. It'd be nice to get the flight path for Hammerfall anyway. And we're actually very close to, I have a feeling we'll collect enough silk from the quests that you do at Northhold Manor. Is that what it's called? I forget. There's a farm in the north of Arathi where you kill a bunch of humans, and that should give us enough silk to push us into artisan first aid territory. And I believe in Hammerfall is where that begins, so I think we'll be in a good spot to work on that once we get there. Thunder Bluff once again. Always glad to be back here. And we're going to Hunter Rise, right? Yep.
The winds guide you.
And we are now in the possession of the Spirit Hunter headdress.
The Earth Mother.
10 agility, 9 spirits. Going to be losing quite a big chunk of mana. And health, for that matter. But the extra damage, extra regeneration. We're basically trading defense for offense for the most part here. But I am completely okay with that. Let's see, interface, and we are good to show the helm, finally. I am definitely okay with showing this one. So, guys, that's going to do it for me for today. I will see you in the next one. Going to have a nice, chill fishing session. And then I think we'll probably get into the Arathi Highlands next for some general questing. So I think that should be a lot of fun. As always, I appreciate you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye for now.